All right, joining me now here on the Matthew Filipowicz Show is Victor Tan Chen. Victor is an assistant professor in sociology at Virginia Commonwealth University. He is the author of the new book, Cut Loose, Jobless and Hopeless in an Unfair Economy, which you can find at victortanchen.com. Victor, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks so much, Matt. It's great to be with you.
All right, so Victor, the book is about the long-term unemployed through the lens of the auto industry. I guess my first question is, why did you choose that particular focus?
Sure. I started the research in 2008, when the financial crisis hit hard. And for a time, we weren't even sure if we'd have an auto industry in this country anymore, right? GM and Chrysler were going down. There were a lot of shut factories at the time and a lot of uncertainty. And I think that we forget sometimes how crucial the auto industry and manufacturing were in this country, especially in the decades after World War II. I see auto workers as a symbol for the middle class and the decline of the middle class in recent years. They had strong unions, high pay, good benefits, job security, even if you didn't have a college degree. And there was a lot of prosperity during the time of their rise, after World War II. Well, the story in the 1980s where factories were getting shut down and a lot of jobs went overseas and or foreign automakers who were taking market share. Those things happened. And I think that, that happened first. But what we're seeing now in this economy is the shutdown factory becoming a symbol for the white-collar worker as well, too. You have a lot of jobs being outsourced and automated. And I think the new reality for many workers in this economy is something like the Uber driver, right? The complete opposite of the auto workers that I got to know. No job security for these drivers, no benefits. They're hustling every day to make a living. And so I think that this is the future. We've moved in the exact opposite direction in many ways within this economy and within the broader culture, too, which has become much more of a go-alone kind of mentality, as opposed to the collective kind of orientation we had with auto workers in those past decades.
Yeah, you open the book with a quote from the movie Unforgiven when you talk about how it's essentially coming not just for, traditionally blue-collar and skilled jobs, how it's actually coming for white-collar jobs, the idea that really we all have it coming when we don't protect all the hard-fought victories that unions and labor got over the decades, which we haven't, and we've seen them erode over time. It really is the avalanche is coming down the hill, essentially. That
we are trying to, in society, just really say, blame people for their failures, right? In fact, we'll say things like, the auto workers, they're overpaid. Public sector workers are overpaid, right? And it is a very much individual-focused approach. You get an education, you get skills, you become successful that way. And I think it is, there's a trade-off there because not everyone is going to succeed in this up-by-the-bootstraps kind of strategy. I mean, there's always stories of people we know or ourselves who have, risen up from the bottom. But if you look at the hard statistics, if you look at the overall trends, the overall likelihood that you will rise up in this economy, it's pretty slim. And it's, in fact, according to many studies, gotten worse in recent decades. So I think that we do not appreciate the level to which, so much of what we do in our careers is governed by the overall structure of the economy. It's not so much up to us. And yet we have this really hectoring kind of notion that, is encapsulated by, this rhetoric of the makers and takers, right? This kind of belief that some people create the jobs and other people, just leech off of government, right? And that's, basically captured by, the future is captured by that quote that I start the book with, which is that, these trends are going to affect all of us in the future. You look at the development of things like artificial intelligence, you look at growing automation and growing outsourcing, even, doctors and lawyers are seeing their work outsourced or automated, right? Doctors are seeing, for instance, radiology scans being sent to India for processing overnight. Things like Watson, the Jeopardy computer that beat all those past champions. What is he being used for? Well, one of his purposes is medical diagnoses, right? So even at these very high-level professions, you will see some job loss in the future. So, everyone has it coming in the long term.